very
yes.
bad condition. So
And
we are just going our education by online way.
only that, yes. And I think that you were infected too. You're COVID infected because
Yes,
I think
yes,
that you
I was
told us
also
about it.
infected. Yes,
Yes.
means 28 since 28 March to 28 of April, I was
Oh, yes,
totally locked down.
yes.
I have quarantined myself in my bedroom and just kept wait and watch situation.
And what about your
But
family? Did it get
So my family,
infected?
my wife, my kids, nowhere infected. Only I
Oh,
was
thank God.
infected. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because
Only
I
you.
am district head, so I have to travel this work, that work, this office. Our government also launched some government exams. So I was the chief controller of that exam. So I went there, and I think might be I infected by that exam because lots of students were there, parents were there, lots of my supported staff was there. So I infected, maybe I might be infected on that
Probably.
occasion. So
Yes.
I quarantined myself and all my family. They were in tensions. Now what will be happen next? Whether he has to be admit in hospital or at home. But our relatives they are doctors. They advise us to take rest at home, nothing to worry, and just keep your health. Just take these medicines on time. You will be recovered. And the blessings of friends like you all bless me, and I got recovered very soon, and I started my work.
You haven't started yet. I thought that
No,
you
I
have.
started. Yes, I
Ah,
started my work.
you have. You
he he
have.
Yes.
Mr. Yogesh is wrong actually. He never stopped his work, so how can he say he started again? As the way
Yes,
he
yes.
is working, Patricia ma'am, Mumtaz ma'am, he is a great motivation. I call him, he's just like a energetic drink for all of us. Just
Yes,
like
I know him. Yes, I know. He's
I,
working very hard
you
on
will
it.
not believe that he was never rest. He's just
Yes.
like a military person. He's a military. He's just like a military man,
Yeah.
24/7. I never see that Yogesh sir is not working. As the way he's telling me to us now that he was not
Very
working. That's
energetic
the
and
biggest joke.
very
That is the
energetic,
biggest joke,
very
You are
sir.
all.
energetic,
Yes,
Yogesh
yes.
very
is always on
energetic.
the move.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And Shailesh ji, Nazmul. It is my habit that I am as a district head. There are 20,000 nearby 20,000 teachers in my district. And
Whether you counted me too in your district.
yes, yes, you also. And nearby 90,000 students are there. Primary, elementary education, secondary, higher secondary. So I have to work for that big population. So if I take rest, the system of education will also take rest. So I just thought that just work online as possible as I can, and I worked online. And meanwhile, this pandemic period, I also uh, implement my YouTube channel. On that channel, I uploaded all my work, my education work, which is very helpful for my teachers, my parents, then my all students. So I work there, and I am always blessed with teachers like Shailesh sir and like all you people. So I am just keep continue with my work.
He's
Of course.
having big fan followers outside his district. Even though
Yes.
he's not my district head, but he is
Hmm.
always my district head in my heart. As
Yes.
he is
Thank you.
having a lot of other teachers outside his own district. Great personality.
Yes. And besides, you have great responsibility, Yogesh, because you're responsible
Yes.
for a large group of teachers. So I think that when we
Yes.
have the opportunities to share our knowledge and our teaching
Yes.
practices, we are enriching one another, and in this way we are improving the
Yes,
quality
yes.
of education. And I think that this is our aim, to accelerate this process of transformation more than ever before.
Yes, yes, sure, sure. So it is
Yeah.
our duty.
Yes, no doubt that it is
Hello.
our duty.
Hello, Mumtaz. Our organizers
Hello,
are here.
Mamtas. How are you?
Are you hear
So
me,
she's
Mumtaz?
just laughing, and she's just thinking that they forget me, that I am here. No one is
yes, she
wishing
has
me.
not. She has not noticed that you are there. Yes.
Yes,
Just
yes.
I have
She's
listened
busy
to
doing
your
something.
discussions. Just I have listened to
Yes.
your discussions.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
joke.
We will wait a little for our invited guest, just 2 minutes. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Rest of the
Nazmul,
time, you can do
I would-
Yes, yes.
discussion each
Do you
Can you
know-
hear me?
Yes, Nazmul, where are you from?
I am from Bangladesh. Are you know?
Bangladesh. Welcome then. It is the first time I meet you.
Yeah. I also many time to many Argentina, Brazil, and all over the country to Skype.
Yes. Great. Well, it's good to have this opportunity. We are having meeting people or educators around the world. So, in spite of the fact
Yes,
that this
Google,
pandemic crisis has
At
provided.
first time I use Skype in the classroom.
Okay. So you through Skype, you connect with other teachers around the world, and you also
Yeah,
deliver
yeah.
classes. That's great.
Yes.
That's great. Good.
Brazil, US, UK, Bangladesh, India. Many times we can Skype Vietnam because we have many student and teacher to Vietnam.
And you teach English, or do you teach any other subject?
Actually, I'm not a teacher of English, but I teach English and other languages, ICT and Arabic, primary level, Bengali and math, English.
You're a polyglot. Great.
This is tradition of
I
Bangladeshi
also speak.
teachers. Patricia, this is tradition of Bangladeshi teachers.
I actually teach some Arabic.
Great. Great.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Kaifa haluka? Shukran, marhaba. Tayyib.
I would like to know many languages too, but it's impossible. You need to devote lots of time. But anyway, one time probably I may make a decision and start learning more languages. I speak English and Spanish, only that. So
okay. At first
you are a
time
blessed man.
Spanish friend, they cannot speak English. Then I can translate into Skype their Spanish language. Then I can speak it's English, Spanish language to English translate. Then I can speak her
That's the way of-
Hello, Nazmul. Hello, Nazmul. Ole.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. In Spanish, in English we say as hi, hello, namaste, and in Spanish we say ole.
Hola.
Ole, hola.
Hola.
Means it is.
Hola.
Yes.
Que sí, hello. Hello. Hola.
Yes.
In Italian, it's ciao.
Okay.
And we
Ciao.
use ciao to say goodbye. We have a different
Yes.
meaning for that. So it is interesting to know different ways of expressing words in different languages. How do you say goodbye in India?
Our language, we say India. We
Yeah.
say goodbye, bye, or
You use English words.
me eto ata means we never say that go, but we always say that come again.
Come again. That's great.
Come again.
And tell me,
Yes.
is English taught as a second or as a foreign language in India?
Language third, foreign language.
As a foreign language.
Because
All right.
yes, our regional language Marathi language is language first, then our national language Hindi, It is second
Hindi.
language, and English is as a language third, foreign language for us.
It's for as a foreign. Here in Argentina, it's also used as a foreign language. We teach it as a foreign language. Mhm. So it
Intermediate,
is
we
taught
have
as a second language when people are part of the community, but we are not. That's why it is foreign.
after many days, we have got a mentor Kavasi. He's from Albania, maybe. Albania teacher. Do you know, Patricia, do you know mentor Kavasi? Hello, Patricia. Okay, Patricia, maybe she is out of net.
Yes, it's not my connection is not good. This is a sign that has appeared on my screen. Can you listen to me?
Yes. Yes. Do you know mentor Kavasi?
I can't listen to you properly.
Do you know mentor Kavasi? Can you help
I
me?
can't listen to you.
Okay. Mentor Kavasi, do you know?
No, now I can listen to you.
Mentor Kavasi, maybe he is Albanian teacher. After many days,
Albania. Okay.
catch
Albania.
him. Okay, we can start now.
Albin. He's from Albania.
Albania,
Good.
maybe. I cannot share sure. Radhindra Martin. I don't know. She's from. Radhendra, please unmute your phone. Please introduce yourself.
Radia.
Radhendra Martin. Please unmute your microphone.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Roro. I come from Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Nice to see you all. I'm happy to be here.
Where are you from?
I hope. I come from Indonesia.
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 Happy to see you and
It's
welcome to
Asia.
our new platform. Radhen, happy to see you and welcome to our new platform. And welcome to our
Mumtaz, I can send him link. Mumtaz, I can send him. Today I introduce here.
Sir, I can't hear properly.
No, it's difficult. The connection is not stable.
Weather is not suitable for this reason. Different network disturb. So can I start? Patricia, can we start now?
Okay, good. Well, today we have, well, my name is Patricia Arbona. Let me introduce myself to those who have not met me before. My name is Patricia Arbona. I'm from Argentina. I'm a teacher and a teacher trainer. And well, the topic today is investing in knowledge provides the best interest.
Okay.
Investing in knowledge is the best, provides the best interest. Yes. Well, you know that investment is part of our lives. It is always present. This means that every time we do something, knowledge is present. Why? Because when we become fond of knowledge, we start cultivating it, and this helps keeping it growing. Knowledge is power. Why? Because when we invest in knowledge, we become better communicators and better thinkers. And the reason is simple. We are able to communicate more effectively because we can express our ideas and thoughts more clearly, deeply, and successfully. And at the same time, we become better thinkers because we can think creatively and critically more effectively. So this means having background knowledge. And at the same time, knowledge may be related to bonds in terms of value. Franklin once explained very clearly what knowledge is when he said an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. This means that no matter what you do or where you are, once you acquire knowledge, it becomes yours and nobody can take it away from you. And that's why when you are constantly investing in knowledge, you are able to do to excel in your own jobs. For example, I have said that investment in knowledge means power because at school, for example, we teachers are responsible for discovering the potential of our students and help them. And in this way, we help them to develop their own potential. This means that in the classroom, knowledge is power and the teacher is the fuel. Isn't it amazing? And I feel so proud when I feel that I'm part of this fuel, because we are helping our students to improve their knowledge through the work we are doing every single day. That's why I think that investing in knowledge is the best thing we can do in order to improve better people in general. And I think that also when we invest in knowledge, of course that there are different ways. I can mention three. For example, the first thing that you need to do is to develop your skills. Remember that we have our own potential and we should be able to develop that potential. Then we should cultivate our creativity. We should remember that creativity is part of being a human being. We are created by nature. And normally creativity is related to the arts, but we are creative in our daily lives. How can we be creative? Well, for example, when we try a new recipe, we are being creative. When we try a new sport, when we, for example, decide to paint, we have never painted before, but we give it a try. So we are using our critical and lateral, especially our lateral thinking, in order to concentrate on that new skill we are trying to develop. And this is great. So here we are investing in knowledge. And also, we should nurture our bodies and our minds. And this is very important because when we invest in knowledge, our idea is not to keep it to ourselves. We need to share our knowledge with other people. And when we do that, we feel good. We feel that we have accomplished our mission. The idea is to transmit knowledge. And in this way, knowledge is impermanent action. It is movement. It should be part of our lives. So in this discussion we are having today, I think that investing in knowledge is a real invitation.
Thank you, Patricia, for well discussions. Before start, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, in today's 10th episode of roundtable session organized by We Bangladesh chapter. Can you hear to me clearly, Patricia?
Sorry?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can hear.
I can listen to you, yes.
Okay. Welcome to back today's program. Investing is knowledge provide the best interest has been said as the topic of discussion in today's event, like every week. As always, our eminent teacher from home and abroad are present with us today. We're starting the program. First, I want to say something on today's topic. Now listen to the discussions of our negotiators. Before going to today's discussions, we will know what are the knowledge then investment, and then interest. What is knowledge? Simple words. Just. I think that knowledge means the things which are true as opposed to shown information, which is correct is knowledge. Knowledge can always be supported by evidence in philosophy. The study of knowledge is called epistemology. The philosopher Plato defined knowledge as justified true belief. Knowledge is defined as what is learned, understood, or aware of. An example of knowledge is learning an alphabet. An example of knowledge is having the ability find a location. An example of knowledge is remembering details. Account event who said education is the best investment. Okay, quoted the Benjamin Franklin, an investment in education gives the best returns. Just in investing in education gives the best return. At this stage, I will come to please Yogesh Sanwara. Yogesh, are you ready?
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, I am ready.
Okay.
I am always ready.
Just introduce yourself for my audience. And I have raised a question. Just why do you think an investment in knowledge pays the best interest in education? Please.
Yes. Thank you, dear Mamtaz. Myself, Yogesh Sonone. I am from Nasik, Maharashtra State, India. I am teacher educator and I work for teachers as well as students, and I am counselor too. Friends, my question is knowledge, investment of knowledge for best interest. So since my childhood, my mother, my father, they never ask me what is your interest in future, what do you want to become, because that time there were no resources to communicate, to make available. But nowadays, if we see that the world is changing day by day, but if we think our interest, the world is changing. The concept is now, just listen carefully, the concept now is very interesting. Concept become now interesting. Just listen. A word is there, the world is changing day by day. But if I say the world is changing hour by hour, now all of you are pay attention to me, because hour by hour, how it can be possible? Because at every hour we are getting new information, new knowledge. And if we think about our pandemic in my country, and at every hour we the people of India are getting new instruction from government that from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. shops will be open, and next hour we get instruction that at 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. only this period shops will be open. So knowledge is always prove that you have to be alert. And now just listen my next statement, that the world is changing minute by minute, because at every minute, if we don't change ourselves, then we will be very traditional, we will be old type. Because if we think just our online work, and just think before 2-3 years, we will get letters, cards, the messages of our relatives. Now email came in our life and our life become very fast. Now our phones, they got internet and our life also got very speed. And now WhatsApp came. In WhatsApp, we never wait for email. At sudden, in a minute, we send message to our friend, come online, see this video. We just send messages to our parents, use this video, this PPT for our students. So our life is changing minute by minute. But if, listen carefully my next statement, the world is changing second by second. At every second, you are getting new information, whether it may be from your officers, it may be from your ministry, it may be from your parents, maybe your friends. I know that before 2 years, we were getting teleconferencing only by government channel, National Informatics Centers. Only one telecommunication media was there, and all our officers from district, we gathered at district magistrate office, and only that source was there to use teleconference to speak with our senior members or any other members from abroad. But when Zoom, Google Meet, Skype, or Microsoft Teams, lots of applications came in our life, and now it is very handy, it is very useful for all our people that we are using this teleconferencing like today's Zoom meeting. So at every second, I am listening to Patricia, I am listening to Shailesh, I am listening to Radan, I am listening to Selvam. What is this? This is information which is creating interest for me to make my continuous professional development. So everyone must think that now the world is changing second by second, and we all has adopted it. That's why we are surviving during this pandemic. So it is my explanation. And at the last statement, I just want to say that interest, knowledge, investment, and interest in simple Bangla language, I just want to say that Korbo, Lorbo, Jitbo in the same way. Thank you.
Thank you, Jogesh, for your valuable. And listening to your discussion, it means that I really look forward to this day of the week, because everyone has the opportunity to discuss at least some important issues. There is an opportunity to learn something new from each other discussions. I'm really lucky to have a global friend like you. I want our global friendship to continue forever. We should not forget each other due to business. So maybe one day we will be possible to ensure the quality of education through the efforts of all of us. Then maybe we get a better world, better society system, and well-educated citizens. Thanks. Now we can see our new guest, just Luciruddin and Radhen Rao from Indonesia and Lucero from Vietnam. Lucero, are you there?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just introduce
Welcome.
yourself, my audience. He's my new friend, and I know that he is always busy for his English speaking program. So, Lucero, if you say something our programs, please you can continue.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me and give me the opportunity to share with you guys a little bit.
Thank you, Lucy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let me introduce myself a little bit. I'm Lucero. I'm from Vietnam, and today I'm very happy to be here to listen to you guys to share about today's topics. And actually, when I joined this meeting, I would like to connect with you all to be share our experiments in sharing the knowledge. So how can we share the knowledge together? We just focus on the educational system, right? So when we can focus on the educational system, that means we can connect and share the ideas there about the opportunity to, especially in this kind of time for pandemic of COVID-19. We have a lot of time stay at home and keep trying to read and keep trying to connect, and based on the internet right now, the development of the internet, we will open and try to connect, and that is the best way for us to sharing our knowledge. Okay, so for me, I focus on speaking. So right now I'm trying to connect all the English teacher, native speaker, English learner around the world. And I also create the Zoom meeting every single day for everyone around the world can join. If you guys want to be one of the, well, maybe you guys here, someone have already know me and joined our meeting before. Someone didn't know that, but you can join our meeting when you are ready. We open every day, every single day at 9 p.m. GMT +7. If you are living in Bangladesh, it would be start from 8 p.m. 8 p.m. in your country, I guess. So yeah, if you join our meeting, you have a lot of chance to talk, to speak, to share, to learn, and to support the other member. Now we have around 40 to 60 members, even more than 60 members every single day. They are joining and discussing about the topic that we share every day. We base on the topic, based on the question we share on the Facebook group. And after that, you join the meeting and just keep trying to learn from each other, trying to share and help each other to be better in speaking. You know, for speaking, whenever we speak, whenever we have to speak, we try to speak as much as possible. That is the good way for us to be improve our fluency and also speak more confidently. You know, I mean, when I was a child, when I was a student at university, right now I'm teaching English. I'm teaching English for kids in my country. But when I was a student, I didn't speak English well. Why? Because I don't have a international environment like this. So when we can create the international environment like this, and we are teachers around the world. I know you, all most of you here as a teachers, English speaker or native speaker here, you speak a lot, very well, and you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of knowledge, but you should share it to make the world is better. So when we can connect the world together, when we can share the knowledge, when we have more and more ideas, and when we have more point of view to look into a same point, same problem, we will have more and more solution for give the to solve and to face this kind of problem. That's why that is why I really like this kind of meeting, to sharing the knowledge, to sharing experience. And I am happy when you join our meeting and can support.
Probably he is out of net. Thank you, Lucio. In this stage, I will come to Mr. Silvaram sir, are you there? Silvaram or not, sir? Are you there? Hello?
Are now attending in a seminar. It's really very interesting. And I always think that it is also a blessing of technology, right? And from my childhood, I was a little interested person to like how to speak in English. And from when I was a student, I shall try to learn English. But at that time, there was no sources to develop spoken power. But now, we already heard from previous educators that now we have lots of sites to help us how to develop our spoken power. And though I am not an English teacher of my school, but I shall try to develop my English speaking power. And for that, internet, also YouTube videos support me how to speak in English. And I am also trying to create an English club at my school. But due to pandemic situation, I could not collect my student. And my future plan is under my spoken club, I gather lots of students who are interested to speak in English. No problem, weak or strong, no problem. And sometimes I already invite many educators from other countries so that my student will be able to communicate to the student of other countries, also the educators. So I think by the help of all educators of the world who arrange session from many countries, I think it's a blessing for us, not only us, but also the student. We are teacher, we make the students for build their better future. So I think student will be very helpful by the help of us. And I think all educators from different countries, all are very candid and they have humanity and they are interested to help each other. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to develop our student spoken power. And I am also trying, inshallah, next time when my English club contain more student, I shall invite many foreign educators.
Okay. Laila Jacob, please unmute your microphone. Laila, can you hearing to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How are
Yeah.
you?
I am doing good. Thank you. What about you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Very good.
Thanks for joining our program. I know that you.
It's my pleasure.
I know that you will join my program. So, I have raised. How can you invest in your knowledge?
All right. A very good evening to one and all present over here. Today's topic, as Mamdas ma'am as well as Patricia ma'am, both of them have already told about today's topic. Before I ponder on the topic or the question which Mamdas ma'am has already asked me, I would like to ponder on the topic, whatever is going to be implemented or we have to think. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Legendary leader Benjamin Franklin, in his book, The Way to Wealth, said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. If I think about my childhood days, whenever my uncle was already going to college, holding his record books, I was looking at him amazingly, surprisingly, and I thought in my mind when I would be able to go to college. So from childhood, I can say that my both grandparents were teachers those time, and more than that, this uncle had already created that particular interest in my mind to develop the interest of learning as well as to become improved in my life. If a man empties his purse into his head, no man can take it from him. And investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Once acquired, it is bound to grow by pursuing further. Knowledge is power. Patricia ma'am had already emphasized on that. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress. And in every society, education plays an important role. And our Honorable UN Secretary General Kofi Annan has already emphasized on this particular thing. Then when we think about knowledge, we know that there are two types of giving knowledge, imparting knowledge, formal as well as informal. In the case of formal education, firstly, we will tell the theory and then practical. But in the case of the informal education, firstly, we will tell about the practical, then the theory. So in my opinion, if we want to improve our knowledge, we have to mix both the things, and we have to develop a balancing of both the things. So my question put up by Mamda's mom to be answered by me is that how can you invest knowledge, and so that a person can already reap interest? If you invest really in the proper manner, surely the outcome will be much more. As you sow, so shall you reap. As you sow, you shall reap. You cannot expect more than that. You cannot expect less than that. If you are investing the money, if you are investing your interest, if you are investing your time, if you are investing your energy, then surely for improvement of knowledge, in the long run, it will be paid in not in doubles or triples, but in many folds. So now we have to remember how can we update our knowledge. Firstly, I will praise and tell that because of the technological progress, we are able to meet each other from different parts of the country. Now we are able to meet the people from Argentina, from Bangladesh, from India, and so also from other parts, just like Indonesia and other parts of the world. So we have to think that technology has already helped us. Not only technology, the people of the same mind, the people of the same thought, especially the educators, are ready to share their knowledge by participating in the different webinars. So I would like to congratulate and I would like to applaud for Mamda's mom. So because she had already got that idea, how to connect the leaders or the educators of different parts of the world. Thank you, ma'am, and kudos to you. The second point I would like to tell that professional networking is another part by which we can enrich our knowledge. That is what we are doing here. Professional networking from different parts of the world. We have come together to ponder on the different topics and to find out the solutions and put in practice implementation of the policies, implementation of the discussions, so that we will be able to make a better world to live in. Sharing the knowledge also occurs when people are already been genuinely interested in helping one another, developing new capabilities for each other. Then it is in our mind that we should be ready to increase our knowledge constantly. Why I say increase our knowledge constantly? If we think that my education has already got over when I completed my post-graduation or graduation, it is a wrong thing. Education, or the more you learn, the more it remains. The more you learn, the more it remains. The more you read, you will be having the intensity to read. So constantly you have to read. And more than that, we have to remember that once Albert Einstein has already told, once you stop learning, you start dying. Once you stop learning, you start dying. So I would like to give some action tips for how we can enrich our knowledge, or how we can invest in our knowledge. The first thing is that read daily at least 30 minutes, whether it can be books, whether it can be journals, magazines, or some periodicals, or you can read some of the books in ebooks also. So many ebooks are also available. Nowadays, we don't want to read the real books because we want to see that it is only flashing out, or more than that, it is running one. We want to see that. Stability is not required, and therefore we are already depending upon ebooks. I don't mind if we are depending upon ebooks also, because 30 minutes if we spend, that 30 minutes will be giving interest in many folds. The second thing I would like to tell you is that study other successful people. Just like Patricia ma'am, she was telling about her experiences. The other eminent personalities were telling about their experiences. When we listen to the successful people's stories, we will also get inspiration. That is why the webinars are always helping us. Listen to interviews. When we listen to the interviews conducted, we will also come to know that how they have already got up to that level. How did they enhance themselves? We will also be encouraged to become like that. Then watch biographies also. We have to read the biographies and avoid to become jack of all trades. In the present scenario, I am really sad to say that we want to grab the knowledge from here and there. We want to be a participant of this webinar and that webinar, 6 to 7 one webinar, 7 to 8 another webinar. I'm not saying that we should not participate in that. Of course, we have to participate, but at the same time, we have to remember that we should not make ourselves a jack of all trades. Policy should not be adopted. More than that, pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work also. Besides that, as per the question, I would like to tell you that there are certain hurdles in our life. We have to remove the negativity from our life. Always we should develop an optimistic mind. Negativity has to be dusted out, and so that we will be able to become or gain brain gain, and so that we will be able to enhance our life. So I would like to conclude by saying that knowledge plays a very important part in everything we do. It can help you make more money, make better decisions, be better at sports, take better care of health, and much more. So constantly we have to improve our knowledge. It is a never ending process. If anybody thinks that my work is over, my learning is over, my knowledge has limitations, no, it is a wrong notion. Every day, every minute, every second, we should try to improve our knowledge. And now, in comparison to the old time, everything is already just like a cooked meal in front of us. On our palm, the whole world is. The Wikipedia, the encyclopedia, everything is on our palm in this mobile. So let us use that, and so that we can rightly say, and we can also agree with Benjamin Franklin, who has already told that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laila. Great.
Thank you so much.
Alma,
We are
cannot
not
hear
happy.
you. Unmute yourself.
Mamtaz, unmute.
Mamtaz, we cannot hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just thank you, Laila Jacob, for your valuable sharing. In this stage, I will come to Shandip Malaya. Please unmute your microphone.
Good evening, everybody, and good morning. Some countries might be having morning and some might be having an evening just now. So I have both of the things together. I thank Mumtaz ma'am. The question itself has proved, because she has taken the lead of the Zoom, all the teachers and all the great teachers of the world are together on this platform. And it is only because of her efforts that we are together. If she stops, then I think this program also may stop. We won't be able to connect. So the first thing is the technology has connected us. She is the person who is leading and connecting all of us. And as Leila madam said just now, that trade in to become a jack in all trades, it's very wrong. It's very right. You should not try to go. You cannot become a excellent car mechanic. You cannot become an excellent teacher. You cannot become the prime minister of one country. You can just become one. Either you become a teacher, either you become a doctor, either you become a mechanic. So knowledge itself says that if you go on developing that same stream again and again, if you go on working on the same stream, one thing is very sure, that you become master in that. And once you become a master, you can teach the other person the same thing. So the process is ongoing, and every single second we are learning something or the other thing. Whether a big man or a successful person is teaching you something, or a very roadside person also can teach us something. So it is always necessary to keep our eyes and mind open. A cup full of tea can never take more tea inside. So when we are open in the morning, our mind and heart and everything should be empty, and we should be able to adapt whatever we see and come in front of us. It is very necessary for that. If you hold yourself, you cannot take inside. And if you are open minded in the from the morning itself, so throughout the day you are going to see some or the other opportunities where you're able to grab the thing, and you will be able to digest it, and you will be able to use it. And if you are full, you cannot do that. Now the technology has given many things, but the good and bad use, we have to see how we are going to do it, and what things we have to. Just now Leila madam said regarding the webinars, we should take all the webinars, but of the same stream. If I am a teacher, I should take all the webinar of the same stream, of the teacher's stream. I cannot jump from this place and that place. So taking webinar is good. And always when we are learning something, we should make a journal on the side, where we can just go on noting down the points, which are good, which we have to adapt, which are drawbacks, which are do's, which are don'ts. If we go on jotting them down, and if we go on writing them down every day, then I'm sure then we are growing ourselves. When we don't understand, we should go to the superior person who has said that thing, or we should search the meaning, or just listening to it. And I did not understand, I stopped myself. I stopped myself for growing from it, and I don't learn that thing. So I am keeping myself away from that. That should not happen. So whenever we don't understand something or the other thing in the picture of our same stream, the first thing is we should jot it out. We should find the meaning from somewhere, either from Google, either from YouTube, or somewhere or the other place, or ask somebody. We should not have that ego in our heart, that this I don't know. So how can I am such a big teacher, how can I go to that person and ask? It will hurt me. I am feeling ashamed to ask. That feeling should not be there. From the heart, we should be open minded. We should think always that I want to grow, I have to grow, and to grow I have to ask questions to somebody, and I should openly go and ask without having any ego in that. If I stop having that ego, I am going to 100% grow myself in the direction where I want to go. And technology is proving that today it's a very big need, that we need to know things, what things we did not know 20 years back, that today at this age also, at the age after 20 years, we are learning today those things. Though we are finding difficult to use the computers, the laptops, the animation techniques, the video editing techniques, and everything. But today, just because we want to survive, we are learning that, we are using that, and we are progressing in that. So, what is the point? The point is that we want to succeed, so we are investing in ourselves to grow and to master those skills, and to become a good teacher in the market, and to stay in that market stably, consistently, and keep ourselves earning money out of that. That is why we are going back, learning everything and using it. So knowledge has proved that if you go on using the knowledge, we are going to develop ourselves. And the more you develop, the more hard and the more masterized you become in that same field. And as the madam said just now, sometime Leila madam said that we need to master the skills. We have to use those skills for the benefit of ourselves. And we should use it in such a way that we can, before leaving this planet, we should distribute that same thing to everybody, so that the others on their side, they can also develop the other people. The whole society, the whole planet itself will become a great planet after some time. So this platform which is there, it's for sharing ideas and knowledges. So this also tells us we have some ideas, I have some ideas, you have some ideas, we are sharing our ideas. We are, after when we leave this program, tomorrow onwards, what I learned from this program just now, if I have really digested this thing, tomorrow morning again I will go and use that same thing. Though it's yours, but I will be using it, and that person to whom I will be teaching that thing, he will be learning from that. So the point is, a man dies if he does not grow, and he does not grow only when he does not learn or his cup is full. So now I feel that the point is very clear. It's very, today the world and environment has become such that we need to grow, we need to learn, and for the best interest, if we want to survive, and if we want that to become a good teacher, and we want that our students should respect us, it is very necessary for us to grow. And if you want to grow, we have to learn, and if we want to learn, we have to go around everywhere, wherever this which stream knowledge we want, we have to search for that. That's all I would like to say. I once again thank to all the teachers who are great teachers who are present on this program, and it's great to see you over here. And Mumtaz, special thanks to Mumtaz ma'am for organizing this show. Thanks a lot. Mumtaz ma'am, over to you.
Sandeep sir, excellent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thanks for the speech. Great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sandeep sir, for your great discussion. I have learned from the Sandeep sir discussion that there are different benefits of investing in knowledge rather than resource. So we need to be much more aware when it comes to investing knowledge. In this stage, I would like to Radhen Rao Martin, please. She's from Indonesia. Radhen Rao Martin, please unmute your microphone. Please unmute your microphone. She is our new guest, new platform. So welcome to our platform with Bangladesh chapter. Please, if you say something about our program, please you can.
Thank you, your member and your program. I like it. Like you ever said that English is very important and we must try every time. And with our team and with your program, I can increase our English step by step. We must practice our English every day, every time. So we have good pronunciation, we have good grammar, we have increase our knowledge, everything about our English. In Indonesia, English is second language, the second language, and from kindergarten, primary school, they get English lesson, but I think it's impossible to increase our English if not practices in our house. And if the parent use traditional language, use national language, not use English, but in school teacher say to student to use English, it's impossible for student can learn English well. So I think English can be increased by student if in the house parent use English too for the children. I think like this. Thank you.
Thank you, Radhan Rao, for your sharing. In this stage, I would like to Talukdar sir. Are you there?
Yes.
Yes, I'm here. How are you?
Fine, sir, and welcome joining our program. In this, I have raised a question. Just what is the purpose of professional envelopment? professional envelopment. What is the purpose of
Well,
professional envelopment?
Well,
And you
today
know that,
Yeah,
today's our
today-
topic.
I know investing in knowledge
Yes.
provides the best interest. Benjamin Franklin first cited this word. This is very important. We are not talking about our knowledge or investment. So why should we invest? It's in knowledge, it's in asset, it's in business. There are a lot of places where we can invest by ourselves. But the thing is that, what should we invest? Is it money? Is it power? Is it knowledge? Or other things? So later we must make it clear that here he indicated knowledge. You know, the earth is moving faster. Whenever we look towards the developed country, we will notice that, especially the developed country, they invested a lot on knowledge in several forms, not only in forms of money. For example, at the time of Bill Clinton, he said that I have to provide my budget 40% for trading purpose. Without and unless we cannot train the people, we will not get the benefit. And then again, coordination is very important. And already Shondeep sir mentioned one good thing. You should not go without any aim to achieve anything. It's very important point. Whenever you will move, you have to move with some goals. For fulfill that goals, you need some knowledge, some skills. So you have to go around with that skills and knowledge. Partially, you have to go in other place which will be supported you in way to your journey. And that's another important ideas. For example, third world or developing country like us, this is really very big challenge for our people, where we have to invest. If we look to the schools and colleges of our country, what we see? Education is very important asset, undoubtedly true. But whenever you are going to invest some money, some asset in the purpose of education, maybe it's informal or maybe it's informal. Then come to the point, due to their poverty, due to the lack of their knowledge, due to predict their unable to predict their future and how the earth is changing. By this time, I just listened Shondeep and Laila. They also mentioned about the importance of technology. And to incorporate technology with other things, the parents, the stakeholders should have a big vision. Otherwise, only a nation or only a society cannot able to invest in several forms for the development of the education. So you asked me the question, enveloping the teacher with the knowledge. That's very good. But the thing is that when a teacher will able to teach properly to their children, he needs some resources. What is resource? That's obviously at the beginning knowledge, then skill, then technology, then vision. So we have to incorporate all the things within the teachers. But unfortunately, our teachers are not getting those sort of opportunities to enrich himself. If you go there, the stakeholders should come out in a way that maybe from NGOs, from government, from community, they will have to set up an environment where our teacher will be enriched in terms of achieving our goals and to adjust with the running world looking future. That's very important. But not only by papers, we have to do it by hands-on. For that reason, this platform is very important. I would like to mention UC Rio. He's doing very wonderful work, and I appreciate him highly because he makes one platform where many people from many countries are joining randomly in order to improve their English skill. And really, I joined some of his program. Even the boy who is 10 years old and the man like me who is older, they are joining together. They're exchanging their ideas. So here, if you look, investment, Euro is not investing that sort of idea for the economic gain, but he's another interest. His heart is working to educate the people, thereby we can work in the same platform. Still now, I get some voice from Regent Rory that she told in her country she is trying to for a people to adapt with other people. Right now, teachers and stakeholder and government should take such kind of program where people can go through to search knowledge what they need in order to fulfill their goals. Now the platform is here. Nasiruddin sir, he is also working hard. He is always in every webinar I saw him. He's very smart and he's always requesting all the people to come out. Even Mustafa Alam sir, his voice is very nice. In every webinar, he is trying to convince the people, especially in his region, to work hard for getting out from the COVID situation, as well as to improve the education environment. Right now, we are investing our knowledge resource in education in separate way. COVID teaches how to act off with the situation. It means to envelop the teacher. That's not only one way, there are a lot of voices. So we have to find out what are the voices and how should we use it in our daily life. And even people like Laila, I listen her in 2 or 3 webinar. Her voice is always in favor of teacher. She always speak out that if we don't give them a good salary, if we don't provide them good environment, how should they improve their understanding? And thereby, how would they invest their knowledge towards our student? Thereby, they will be the good one. So this is another important thing. If you think a pyramid, in every stage of pyramid, there should be a good environment. Maybe as a person, I can create a little environment, but the environment surrounding me, they should come out to help me. Otherwise, I will not be able to go up to the peak, because my environment, my family, my society will not support me to go to invest knowledge to the society in order to improve the society. So thank you very much. I'm talking too much. Again, Mamtaz, you are really selecting very beautiful topics in every session. And I was late because here there is a problem of electricity and net. Thank you again, everyone, for your valuable space, and your space make me enriched to understand a lot of things. Right now, what we are doing, if we do within our circle, maybe that's a little, but we have to start it right now. Then once it will be a very big platform. This is an international platform. We can exchange our views. Within our home, we have to exchange our view with our teachers, our people. So Mamtaz, if possible, you do another webinar for our teachers. Thereby we can explain what exactly our power and how should we can increase our power. Thereby we can change our views with our international colleagues and friends, how I am going to change my environment. Thank you very much. Mustafa, how are you? Are you fine?
Sir, assalamu alaikum, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. I have enjoyed your.
You are working
speech.
very hard, I am saying. Very
Yes,
good.
I
Your speaking is very nice and everyone is enjoying. I hope you will able to strengthen our teacher, especially in your region. So teacher will come out, they will start to fight, they will provide their knowledge. And you are the key person who can move all the teacher in a way to interact with one another. Because your one comments, one voice, one instruction will change our teacher and our environment. I hope you will continue your journey, and Nasir sir is also I am inspiring them to do the work in their own way, in our country. So we have to invest our knowledge in order to improve our educational environment, and it will obviously, in terms of money, return too much after 20 years, because the politically, if you invest in education, it will give you return after 20 years, after 30 years. Maybe you can just produce one.
Probably Talukdar sir have faced internet connection. Thank you, Talukdar sir, for your great discussions. And Talukdar sir, here's my friend from the new guest. Hello, Talukdar sir. Yes.
Yes, I would like to hand over microphone to you. You please continue.
Talukdar sir, in this stage, our platform, the new guest, Lucero and Radhan Rao. Lucero from Vietnam and Radhan Rao from Indonesia. He or she is from our new guest. So in this stage, I would like to, Patricia, please unmute your phone.
Maybe she.
Yes.
First of all, I want to know, do you agree with Shamsuddin Talukdar sir discussions? If you agree, then why? First option.
Oh, of course, I agree. This is a wonderful discussion because we know that without knowledge, we cannot do anything. Laila said that, and she emphatically insisted on that. And I congratulate you on saying all those perfect words. They were perfect and wise words. We cannot improve without investing in knowledge. We need it every single day. As I said before, it is part of our lives. And professional development, Shamsuddin talked about that, is closely connected with investing in knowledge. So we are connected with knowledge permanently in everything we do, not only at home, but in our work, in every activity we do daily. That's why we need to be thankful when we have the opportunity to get new information and new skills. And we as teachers, because this professional development Shamsuddin was talking about is not just restricted to teachers, it's for any professional, because dentists, lawyers, engineers are also fond of professional development if they really want to improve in their careers and in their jobs. The thing is that we are responsible of teachers, as teachers, we are responsible for instilling this investment in knowledge to our students, because we start doing this in our classrooms, but then the students should go on investing in knowledge throughout their lives. So I think that we have a very important role to play in society, because we are responsible for this important duty in our lives. And when we start discovering the talents, the capacity of our students, and we make them realize how important each potential is, they start developing it gradually, and they become lifelong learners, because one of our ultimate aims is to help them become proactive. And when they are proactive, they are inquisitive, they are fond of knowledge, they try to get information permanently, and they are asking questions. So in this way, we are improving the quality of education. Why? Because instead of answering questions passively, we are encouraging our students to make questions, because questions are key to knowledge. Students do not learn by answering questions, they learn by asking questions. So I think that we as teachers are, of course, and we are very important members of society, because we are educating the world, but at the same time, because this possibility of investing in knowledge in our classroom. So we start in our classroom, and this investment continues through life. That's why it is so important. And I think that everybody agrees on this.
Thank you.
Mamata's became very powerful person, as she is now cross-checking with you and me and with other people. I appreciate her because she is just giving hints in order to improve our thinking level and critical thinking ability. He's going to judge it. Thank you, Mamata, as you are having a good insight. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you, sir. Patricia, I have my another questions to you. It is usually very easy to invest resource, but how to invest knowledge and what are the far-reaching consequences? Just briefly.
Sorry, what are the benefits you mean?
It is usually very easy to invest resource, but how to invest knowledge and what are the far-reaching consequences?
Okay, how do you invest in knowledge? Well, I mentioned this before. It is very important to invest in knowledge, because when we learn how to invest in ourselves, I think that this is one of the best ways of improving our knowledge. First, we start to improve ourselves. So we get new information, we get skills, we get new knowledge, and then we are able to share it. So the idea is that when we become, or when we get expertise, it is not something that should be kept inside ourselves.
Patricia, continue your speech.
I was suddenly interrupted by technology. Okay, I'll go on. Well, I was saying that when we invest in knowledge, we feel better because we feel that we are capable of transmitting what we have just learned, the information we have got. So there are different ways of investing in knowledge. First of all, we need to develop our skills, of course. And this is the potential I was talking about. We need to recognize the potential, the talents we've got, in order to be able to develop them so that they can be used in our careers, in our jobs, and also in our lives. We need to cultivate our creativity also. Why? Because we are creative by nature. And as teachers, we need to encourage our students to be creative. That's why I think that we have a very important responsibility in society, because when we get new knowledge, it's not something that is for ourselves. It is also for our students. In the case of dentists, it is for their patients. In the case of lawyers, it is for their clients. So you see that we are sharing our knowledge permanently, and in this way, everybody feels better. That's why knowledge is always moving around, and I said before, it is always in action, because it helps us grow. And when we invest in knowledge, we should improve our personal and professional growth, because it is not only connected with our professions, it is also connected with our personal characteristics. Why? Because when we invest in knowledge, we are no doubt better people, but we are also better communicators, because we can express our ideas freely. For example, here, every time we have the opportunity to meet, and we belong to different countries with different cultures, but we are connected through English, through the language that is used as a global instrument for communication. But we are able to get a lot of information, and we enlarge our knowledge and our skills because we are exchanging information. So the pandemic crisis has had terrible consequences, but if we have to speak about positive aspects, well, this is one of them, because we have been able to connect thanks to technology, of course, and at the same time, we have been able to enlarge our knowledge. And in the case of education, of course, the process, the pandemic crisis has accelerated the transformation in education. But anyway, we need to go on working, and we need to go on expanding our knowledge in order to be better people and better professionals. No doubt about that.
Thank you, Patricia, for your valuable discussion. Your discussions, I have learned investment of knowledge should be encouraged rather than investment of resource, because it is possible to build our educated nations through discussions of knowledge. Thank you. In this stage, I would like to Shailesh Shrestha sir. Are you there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So today's topic.
Sir, I know that you have you know today's our topic. Just I have a question. In what way are knowledge, power, and education related? In what way are knowledge, power, and education related? Do you agree, please? If you agree, then brief explain.
Okay. As we know that the topic that investing in the knowledge is provide a better results. Now, what kind of knowledge? Knowledge is a power.
Yes.
Sometimes power corrupts, and absolute power corrupt absolutely. Because the criminals, fraud people, the smugglers is also having knowledge of how to cheat people, how to do fraud, because that is also knowledge, even though it's a negative part, but it is a knowledge. And nowadays some bad people is impacting that how you can earn. I'm not talking about the earning and economically, but what kind of knowledge then? We need to define that. Investing in a knowledge in education, some people also think about that if you have schools and colleges, you can earn money through the fees and all these things. So that kind of, they are having their own perspective, which is so smaller, not a bigger, that about the knowledge. Now here, one of the sayings of great person, Swami Vivekananda, he says that knowledge must be a man making and a character making, where the values is more important. As I already mentioned, if the people is having the knowledge of using technology, and if you are doing some fraud by using internet, they are cheating people, that is also a knowledge. Unfortunately, now who is going to take lead on that? Because in the school, we are teaching student to get knowledge for to fulfill the basic needs, and for the pleasure, if you want to earn money as a career perspective. Now we need to decide that. It is also depend on the education policy. They are also going to define what is knowledge, because the political system and the political policy actually develop. There are some kind of countries, that developed countries, having different kind of definitions they are taught to the schools, and the underdevelopment countries is having different kind of, we can learn at the last breath of the life. And as all the speakers explained that technology, we can using it, the same technology using and getting the knowledge. The people is having the knowledge. So the fight of getting a good knowledge, a better knowledge, which can really help to the society, to the world. And that is where teachers and role is coming. Because if we are teaching to the student that this particularly people, this religion is your brothers and sisters only, then they are having a very small kind of thinking, not a global thinking. We must teach in the classes that all the world is a family, and we all are brothers and sisters. So we need to be lead as the teacher, that what kind of knowledge we are going to spread among the student, because we are the resources for the student, and we are going to definite about that. Because every time I want to be, we must think that I want to be the best version of myself all the time. And if I will be the same person tomorrow, I will be the same tomorrow as I was yesterday, that will be the biggest defeat. So every time by getting knowledge, we are growing day by day, you know. So it is very important for us. Now, some professionals are there, they are using their knowledge to earn money. Okay, there are some professional, they are using their knowledge not for all the people, they are using their knowledge for their own sake only, for earning money. They are having their own interest, they are interested in their own growth. And that is why they are also going to define a wrong definition of knowledge among the student, that if you will study hard, you will get a better job, then you can have all the pleasures of the life. So we are fighting against those people, we are fighting against those criminals, bad people versus good people. Who is going to set the good example of knowledge? So this is very important. This is what I think, that teachers is having a great responsibility to set a good example of knowledge. That's it.
Very good, Sheila. Thank you. Wise words too.
Unmute, Mamataz, unmute yourself. Mamataz,
We cannot hear you.
unmute yourself.
Sorry,
Still
sir.
now you are mute.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank you, Shailesh sir, for your great sharing. In this stage, I would like to Mustafa Alam Sarkar sir. I have a question, sir. Why you should investment in knowledge?
Yeah, thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, from across the world, from the different countries of the world. At the same time, our educationist, our Talukdar sir is also here, and my colleagues, Mr. Nasiruddin, Principal, Kumira School and College, and one of my teacher is she's working in my duty station, Mrs. Nasreen Akhtar, as well as Miss Patricia Arbona, Mr. Sandeep Malaya, Miss Laila Jacob, and so many else maybe. So thank you very much for giving me the chance to say something. Today's topic is, in fact, investing in knowledge. Investing in knowledge provides the best interest. So, in fact, I'm not a good speaker. I just comes to this webinar and Zoom just to learn from your people. Your people, I observe, I follow, and I want to learn that you know much more. And you are working as a educationist in your field. So, in fact, I'm here to learn. So one thing I was thinking that investment in knowledge pays the best interest. This is a very important topic. Today's topic is very important. Benjamin Franklin, in one of his book, The Way to Wealth, The Way to Wealth, in his legendary leader Benjamin Franklin has depicted an investment in knowledge pays the best interest, according to Benjamin Franklin. So after that, these oft-quoted words are better understood with its preceding lines. At the same time, he also expressed, if a man empties his purse means wallet, we can say, purse into his head, no man can take it from him. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. According to Benjamin Franklin, he used to used to express like this way. And we can say something, what I was thinking, that the value of, I was just thinking myself, what is the value of knowledge? The value of knowledge, no matter what we do, no matter where we are, knowledge is something that no one can take away from us. It never gets depleted by any chance. Once acquired, it is bound to grow by pursuing further. So the value of knowledge, I can say this, according to me, what I've gained knowledge, the value of knowledge, I can say like this way. Whether at our onset of career or mid-career, enhancing knowledge is the best way to achieve our goals. Is through constant learning that a continuum of growth can be maintained. However, it is important. To keep learning, and improving in all aspects of life and career. At the same time, it is important to keep learning and improving in all aspects of life and career. At the same time, concentration on single skill to have deeper knowledge in it helps, but will also limit the scope of growth. It also helps to limit the scope of growth. This way, we can just say something about the value of knowledge. And after that, what I was thinking, how to improve knowledge and skills. There is so many ways that we can improve our knowledge and skills. Like we can improve our knowledge, or we can gain knowledge, formal and informal learning, through formal and informal learning, and then online professional development courses, or professional networking. So this sort of the way we can go forward to achieve much more. So here I can say something else in brief. Formal, what is formal versus formal and informal learning? Here, knowledge is gained, we can say, by undertaking formal training or by learning for informally through various channels. Either of the two ways to invest your knowledge is equally effective. Informal learning will give you a more practical approach. Is what we learn in informal way, as we learn things by doing in this method. Formal learning, on the contrary, will take us through a systematic approach. Formal learning, we can say, is just a systematic approach. We can go forward. Here we first learn the basics of the basic techniques, methods, and then apply it in real life situations. This is the way we learn in a formal way of learning. So while we may focus on one of the approaches to educate ourselves, it is always better to have a balanced mix. So far, I believe. This is to make sure we have a holistic approach. We have a holistic approach to gain knowledge and deep learning. Here are a few ways through which we can keep ourselves updated. And so what I have earlier I have expressed to you that we have so many ways to learn. Online professional development, taking some online professional development courses. So other than online professional development courses, webinars or Zoom or Microsoft professional networking, Zoom, Microsoft Team or Google Meet, like this sort of things also. There are also these sort of apps also. So our software, we are also getting support to learn something more. Online professional development to learn new professional skills that are relevant in what situation we are just going on in this during this pandemic situation. We can take some professional development course as we are going on now. These courses are available only which we can access from anywhere, anytime. So then we can the flexibility of learning online courses will help us accommodate us and time saving, time consuming also at the same time. The flexibility of online courses help us accommodate time while providing the required knowledge at our fingertips. The only thing to note, there's the reviews and ratings of the course. We can for quality training or quality understanding or quality learning, we can make option to evaluate it through rating. So this is one of the way. Then webinars might be one of the important medium of learning. Webinars are a great learning platform for those who wish to gain from others' experience and knowledge. Such today, suppose we are learning from each other now. So webinar, you are from various people from various country. You are working also in education sector, and we are exchanging views and opinions, and we are learning each other from each other, our education system, how we are handling, how we are struggling, how we are managing all these sort of things. We are learning also through webinar. Webinars have now become a great source of information to get knowledge on anything you want to learn. People share their first-hand experiences and learn directly during the sessions and interact with each other. So this is what I have explained already. And the other one, the professional networking. That is also the important way of learning nowadays. Professional networking is an underrated means of, in fact, it is the underrated means of learning and development. Meetings and interactions with professionals always leads to some exchange of useful information and knowledge. As Peter says, sharing knowledge occurs when people are genuinely interested in helping our another develop now capacities for action. It is about creating learning processes. It's really contributing a lot. So this is my evaluation and my thinking. What I have said here before to you. I don't know to what extent I made you satisfied, or I could express yourself. But before I conclude, I can say whether we are our students seeking job and aspiring professional aiming to become a millionaire or a business leader cruising through stressful phrases. It is essential to keep upgrading their knowledge and upgrading their knowledge. The investment in knowledge is very important. It is broadly the real knowledge and practical thinking, practical learnings which he advises to educate ourselves. In fact, in broad-based learning, we can say earlier we used to understand that there's a knowledge is power, but now we can say information is also a big power, big source of resources to make educated people and through formal or informal learning. So this much what I've said. Last, before I conclude, I must say one or two things that we are in Bangladesh. We are also trying our best to go forward during this pandemic, and our students, they are also performing well. Our teachers, they are struggling, and right now we are having a survey on online and TV class courses. Online class, those students, they are attending online class, how many students they are attending class and how many students they are not attending class. We are just trying to evaluate, and we are just trying to pick the percentage, exact percentage, so that after that our government will try to render much more support to them to ensure a better education during this pandemic, as we are struggling globally. At the same time, we are, as a country, we are also struggling here. So thank you very much for giving me the chance, Mrs. Mamtaz, Roxana, at the same time all the listeners from various parts of the countries in the world. I'm very much thankful that you have learned with patience about my words. I don't know to what extent I have delivered. Maybe a lot of mistakes were there, but I would ask you, I would request you to overlook all my negative things, or if I hurt you in any way. But I have tried to I have tried to say something else good, positive about education. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your great sharing. In this stage, I would like to Nasiruddin sir, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, sir. I know that if you are alert about our today's program, so if you say something about our program, please, you can.
Hello, Mamtaz madam. In online trouble, I do not hear your question. So you again give the question.
Sir, you know that about our programs, today's topic. Please, if you say something about our programs, you can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Roxana. After giving me the floor, today's subject topic, investing in knowledge, provides the best interest. It is important topic for today's. It is important. Our teacher, we are try to give some knowledge in our students, and it is on kind of great investment for future. At first I thank to the today's guest, Patricia Arbona from Argentina. He always plays an important role about our goal table discussion, and I thanked to our guest speaker, Samsuddin Ahmed Talukdar, teacher educator from Bangladesh. He always play an important role in every session. Today's speaker, M. Mustafa Alam Sarkar, USEO, Sitakundo Chattogram. He always take part in round table discussion and give some important information for our teacher and our participants. Some of participants from India, such as Shandip Malawa and Shailesh, and today some of new participants I see
in the program, Nasrin Akhtar, ICT Ambassador Chattogram, and Shipra Rani, ICT Ambassador Sitakundu Chattogram. And today we feel very proud that you have selected a important topic for discussion. Teachers always try to give his or her students proper knowledge, skill, and values. Our one participant from India, Silas, he emphasizes with the values. Values is an important topic, and I mention here today's student. They are our investment, and we after we get interest after 15 to 17 years. So we are, as a teacher, we have to try always to give knowledge and attitude in our students that can they use it and do better in future. I mention here our students in present they are far away from institution because of pandemic situation. Our government and our education administration always try to involve our teacher and student in online education. In present, our Upazila secondary officer mentioned here about such initiative of our government. You know very well, in present some survey held immediately, and the result of survey, I mentioned my institution, student of my institution take part online class such as TV class and online class and YouTube class. They take part in various ways. In my experience, our school report, I see 60% above they take part in online education. So I mean our government initiative is very appreciable. They always try continue educational process or continuation of session through online activity. So we are very lucky that we get some dedicated officer such as our Director General of Education and our Director of Chattogram and DEU of Chattogram and our Upazila secondary officer. They try their best to continue our education system. So I thank to Momodas Roxana. She always try to find out important topic for a roundtable discussion, and she managed some good educator, good speaker from home and abroad for their knowledge share in this session. I end of my speech for give the special thanks Patricia Arbona, and special thanks to our teacher educator, always young man, Shamsuddin Ahmed Talukdar, and our Upazila secondary education officer S. Mustafa Alam Sarkar, and other participants, those who participate from home and abroad. Thank you very much for listening my speech. Thank you, Roxana Momodas.
Thank you, Nasir sir, for your great sharing. Patricia, just unmute your microphone. I have a last question for you. Just 1 minute. Does investing in knowledge still pay the best interest? Does
Yes, of course.
investing in knowledge still pay the best interest?
Of course, there is no doubt. According to what we have been saying, because everybody here has had the chance to give reasons why investing in knowledge is so important. I think, as I said before, we are responsible as teachers to insisting on this. So to instill in our students that knowledge should be permanent, and it will be it is always part of our daily lives. That's why knowledge is power, and knowledge is, as I said before, is always in action, and we should keep on investing in our personal and professional growth. And this is the most important thing in order to keep on growing.
Thank you, Patricia. Shandip
Thank
Malay,
you.
sir, just 1 minute. Unmute your microphone, please. Shandip Malay, sir, can you hear to me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, okay. Just 1 minute. How can I or my colleagues and others educators increase our investment knowledge?
If we all educators want to increase our knowledge,
yes,
if we want to use it, we should know exactly which destination we want to go. Like, we should know our student, what is the deficiency in them. Once you know the deficiency in them, we should search how we can increase that deficiency in them, or we can decrease that deficiency in them, so that we will be gaining the knowledge from the other resources like YouTube, Google, and books, and this platform which we are sharing. Once we share these ideas, we can discuss with each other about the problems which our students are facing. But for that first thing, if we want to know the problem, we have to understand the problem of the child or the students to whom we are going to teach. So it is very necessary we should have a goal in hand. Once we have the goal in hand, we can teach our students how to cook. We can collect the information from all the resources which we know or which we can search for. And this way we can gain the knowledge, like YouTube is there, Google is there. Search the problem from where it is, know the problem and search the solution for that. Once you know the problem, we can search the problem solution for that very easily. And once you know the solution, how to deliver that solution to the person who's having that problem, it becomes very easy. So just we have to find out the track correctly. The road map should be there. Once the road is there, railway station, you know where you want to go, it's very easy to reach to that. So it is very necessary to know the goal, that's all. And we should be interested to become something better, and we should have that inner born interest to be a good teacher and to improve and remove that deficiency from that child or the students to whom we are teaching. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep.
I think I satisfied your question.
Thank you. Now we need to finish. Sometimes we need to be said before concluding. In each of this case, Abhab, you have invested in yourself and invested in your knowledge. Some of it may have made you smarter, others may have made you better of his skills, still others have got pleasure. So pride of comfort and praise more than one of above. The payout depends on what you are looking to gain, but if you follow the plan. So in this way, but a learner, some things you have made a good investment. So knowledge is an essential investment in our intellectual well-being. It gives you a deeper understanding of subject. Also, it brings out a fear of knowledge and unknown. I believe it brightened up the gray areas of your thinking and gives you confidence that will always help you to prosper globally. I'm very grateful for your long time with me to help me make a program a success. So I have learned a lot from your long and valuable discussions. I have tried to enrich myself. I hope the audience will also benefit from today's program and will use it.
Yeah, I want to say something, Ms. Mumtaz. I want to say something. Today here we can see that our two members are two person is new, Miss Shipra and Miss Nasrin. Let them